Good morning. Welcome to this week's edition of the Risk Safeguard Advantage podcast. Hope you had a nice weekend, got outside to enjoy some of the beautiful weather, but also was able to find some shade and get away from the heat for a bit. On that note, make sure you're hydrating, your employees are hydrating. It's going to be a long, hot one this week, and it sure came on quick. So make sure you're getting out in front of your workforce and letting them know to be continuously being cognizant of the heat and drinking water. I got a question for the community today. What happens when you take labor shortage, supply chain challenges, and then throw in mental health in the workforce? That's a bad recipe for your P&L statement. Business owners are feeling it. They can sense it right now, and it's making the job of running a company all the more challenging. I've talked to numerous business owners in the last several weeks, all of which say they are abandoning growth potential and opportunities in the sake of maintaining what they currently have because of one of those key issues. There is a way to grow in this environment, and there is a way to capture profit that you are otherwise losing. For those of you that have talked with me and met with me, I often use the term profit leakage. Well, using risk management to mitigate profit leakage is ever more important right now in this environment. Last week we talked about increasing efficiencies in business, and that's a priority for business leaders right now. Well, part of that is increasing profit off the work you're already doing. Risk management can be a key tool in that equation, as risk managers are now being called into the C-suite of companies like never before for the very reason. If you are trying to do the same with less or do more with the same, there's no room for error, which is where risk management comes in. Any wasted efforts, time, efficiencies go out the window. If you're going back and redoing work or redoing a job because you did it wrong, well, now you've got an issue. And that's part of the problem with today's society, is that we don't have time to waste anymore. Business owners are feeling it. There's no more time in the workday that you can use to make up for mistakes. So risk management really is about looking at your organization proactively and figuring out a way to capture some of those efficiencies or lost profit. And one of the big areas that I see right now as a challenge is worker safety. Everyone's so busy during production season focusing on production that sometimes worker safety gets pushed to the back burner. Well, nothing kills productivity more in an organization like an accident, an injury, or a fatality. So if you are running all systems go right now and not taking a second to pause and think about what you're doing and how you're doing it and trying to think ahead of problems you might encounter, especially when it comes to safety, you're going to hurt yourself. You're going to hurt your P&L. You're going to hurt your company. You're going to hurt your reputation. More importantly, you're going to hurt one of your employees. So right now, as you are trying to figure out how to operate in the new normal, because I don't think this is changing anytime soon, even though there is talk of the government starting to pull back on some of the free money that employees are receiving to stay home. It's not going to change for a while, and that means you have to change. You have to evolve, and you have to deal with the days at hand with what you have. And back at the beginning of the year, I talked about resiliency and the American spirit and the American business owner and the mid-size family business. And I continue to be amazed at what some of these family businesses are doing right now, not just for themselves and for their company, but for their employees, and how they're trying to make it through this challenging cycle and better themselves, better their company, better their employees. And that's what's so important right now, is there is opportunity. It's challenging, but in every challenge comes opportunity to grow your business, to be successful, and to come out ahead of your competition. I'd say that's probably the only unifying factor right now, is everybody's dealing with this. Nobody has a secret supply of labor that they're not sharing with the world. Nobody has a solution to the supply chain challenges that we're all facing in business. So if all of your competitors are dealing with the same challenges you are, and you're able to figure out a way through it, you're coming out ahead of them. And risk management can play a critical role in that process in so many facets of your business. Remember, risk is the opportunity for a gain or a loss. Most risk advisors focus on the loss side of things, but we at Sinclair focus on the opportunity for gain. So I would encourage you all to have a discussion with a proactive advisor right now about how you can create some opportunity out of these challenges you're facing on a daily basis. I know it's hard, I know you're tired, but the fittest survive in business, and I am sure that I look forward to having conversations with many of you in the future, and you can point to this point in time and say, we really elevated our company in the aftermath of COVID. Have a great week. Be safe. Be well. Take care.